Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics. Today, we're talking about something that feels like it's straight out of the future, but, well, it's really not. I'm talking about drone delivery.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. When I say drone delivery, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For me, and I bet for a lot of you, it's something from a sci-fi movie, right? A really cool idea that's probably, still years and years away.
But what if I told you that one company just made over 110,000 deliveries to actual people's homes? And get this, they did it in just the last 90 days. I mean, that's not a tiny pilot program. That is a full-on, rapidly growing commercial service happening right now.
That's right. The scale is here. Today. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky promise for 2030. It is a present-day reality, especially if you happen to live in certain parts of the United States.
I love this quote from Wing's CEO, Adam Woodworth. He says, "The future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed. But for a huge chunk of the Dallas Metroplex, it's pretty darn distributed. Getting a drone to deliver something to your backyard is just becoming a normal thing."
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? I mean, what's the tech, and maybe more importantly, what's the business model that's allowing it to scale up so incredibly fast?
So the company really leading the charge here is Wing. It actually started inside Google's legendary Experimental X lab. The place they cook up their craziest, most ambitious moonshot ideas. Now it's its own independent company under the Alphabet umbrella, totally focused on cracking the code for instant automated delivery.
And for you, the customer, it is ridiculously simple. You just pull out an app, tap a few buttons to order whatever you need, and then a few minutes later, a drone literally shows up, hovers over your yard, and gently lowers your package down on this little tether. The best part? The whole flight is completely autonomous. There's a pilot, sure, but they're monitoring a whole fleet of these things at once from a remote location.
Now this is the real game changer. The key strategic move that unlocked all this growth. See, at first, they were flying from their own centralized hubs, which kind of limits your reach, right? The new model, they fly directly from their partners' stores, like a Walmart. This is huge because it puts them right where the products already are and right where the customers are. And this is exactly why a giant like Walmart is all in on this. It's a core part of their strategy. They're not just talking about 30-minute or 1-hour delivery anymore. The new benchmark they're aiming for is getting you what you need in under 15 minutes. All right, so we get how it works, but why does it matter? Just how big is the opportunity here? Because let's be clear, this is not just some cool tech gimmick. It's a solution aimed at a massive, massive market. So check this out. The total market for what's called last-mile delivery, that's just getting stuff from a local store or hub to your front door, is worth a mind-boggling $2 trillion. Now, obviously, you can't deliver a new couch with a small drone, so they apply what the industry calls haircuts. You take out all the items that are too big or too heavy. And what you're left with? It's still an absolutely incredible $400 billion opportunity. And this is so, so important. This isn't a case of a tech company trying to force a new gadget on people. According to their partners, the exact opposite is happening. This growth is being pulled by us, the consumers. We're the ones going to them and saying, hey, we want our stuff and we want it faster. So what are people actually getting delivered? Well, it's the stuff of everyday life, really. It's about solving those little emergencies, that moment of sheer panic when you realize you're out of baby wipes, or getting an urgent prescription delivered fast, or just satisfying a sudden craving. And believe it or not, the #1 item delivered from Walmart via drone is Bluebell ice cream. It gets there so fast it doesn't even have a chance to melt. How cool is that? Okay, but let's be real. The path to skies filled with delivery drones isn't going to be perfectly smooth. There are some pretty significant hurdles to get over before this is a reality for everyone, everywhere. And this breaks it down perfectly. On one hand, you have these incredible strengths. We're talking amazing speed, way lower emissions than using a car, and total autonomy. But that's balanced against real threats, like super strict aviation regulations and, of course, public perception. How do people feel about the noise? Nailing that balance is absolutely the key to success. So what's the game plan? How does this expand from being a reality in Dallas to being a reality, well, everywhere else? The big idea they talk about is the flywheel effect. Think about it. Launching in your very first city is incredibly hard. There's just so much to figure out. But launching the second city, that's easier. And the third is even easier than the second. Once you get that process down, that flywheel starts spinning.
and the expansion just gets faster and faster.
And you can literally see that acceleration happening on this timeline. This whole thing started over a decade ago as a moonshot project. But look at the pace now. With huge partners like Walmart officially on board, the plan is to expand to over 100 stores, reaching millions of new customers. But, and this is a huge but, all of this progress, the entire flywheel, everything, it all hinges on one critical factor: getting the federal regulations right. Specifically, a rule for flying beyond visual line of sight, or BVLOS. In simple terms, that's the rule that allows a pilot to fly a drone they can't physically see. And without that, you just can't have a scalable, automated network. As Wing's CEO says, this rule is going to be the framework for the industry forever. So they have to, absolutely have to, get it right.
So where does all this leave us? Well, think about it. The technology is here, the business model is working, people clearly want it, and it's already scaling fast. It's really no longer a question of if this becomes a common part of our lives. The only question left is when.